In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my journey in my 30s, emotional toll my situation had on me, and how I began to rebuild my life. I'm going to drop some tips for my women out there who might be feeling lost, broke, alone or lonely, directionless, you don't have goals, you have zero self-esteem, you are not in a relationship, so you're single, you don't have a family yet, you don't have a house yet, you don't have a career yet. In fact, you are at the bottom of your career ladder. I'm going to share my story and just provide advice to women out there who can relate to my story. If that sounds like you, as you watch along, if you find the video useful, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Now let's get straight into the video. Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In my 30s, I found myself at rock bottom, and because of that, I know firsthand how that can be. Honestly, being broke and lonely at rock bottom and feeling directionless can be incredibly isolating. I have been several times in a place where I felt like I had no goals, I had no career path, my self-esteem was at the bottom of the hill, all-time low. You might feel like you're the only one going through this, but trust me, you are not alone. According to science, if you don't mind, a lot of women go through feelings like this and stages like this in their lifetime. For some, several times. Like myself. According to studies, women go through this a lot, especially when they face major life-changing events or just life changes in general, and especially setbacks. Accepting the situation. At any point in time in your life, whether things are going on well or bad, you can only proceed the right way by accepting the situation. If it is a good thing, you will accept the situation and celebrate, throw a party, tell your friends, all of that. If it is a bad thing, you will also accept the situation and then take the necessary steps to correct the situation and get out of that situation. Now let's talk about the emotional toll that this has on us women. This situation, my situation, took a toll on me. It took a toll on my mental health. I very often felt very overwhelmed, so much so overwhelmed with this feeling of inadequacy, feeling of low self-esteem and doubt. We have to understand how deeply these feelings impact us. A report from the American Psychological Association notes that feelings of isolation can significantly affect our well-being, and that can lead to anxiety, that can lead to depression. There is a turning point. For me in particular, once I hit the stage of anxiety, of depression, I knew for sure I couldn't stay stuck in the situation. Staying stuck in the situation wasn't an option for me at all, because I know the emotional damage, the impact that my situation put me in. There was that moment when I realized, when my eyes opened, and I knew for sure that I, and only I myself, had the power to change the situation. First, I started to think about what I wanted for my future goals. I started to think of how happy my happy self will be out of that situation. I started to think of how happy and fun my life would be if I was out of that situation. I started to imagine God looking at me and saying, "My daughter, this is not what I wanted for you. I made you in my own image, and I gave you the world to go and conquer with all skills and all the qualities that I put on you. It wasn't for you to lie down on your bed for the whole day and not leave the house." I started thinking all these things. I started imagining how I could take the smallest bare minimum steps to fix the situation. I started to work on that vision immediately, as soon as possible. I started to work on that vision for myself as soon as I could. A vision of myself being happy with my family, a vision of myself thriving in my career, a vision of myself participating in my community, a vision of myself playing around with my kids, a vision of me teaching my kids what they can do, the possibilities that they have ahead of them. I couldn't do this if my children were looking at me lying down the whole day. I couldn't do this if I couldn't laugh out with my kids. I couldn't do this if I couldn't be part of my community. Hold on, it wasn't easy at all. Let me first put that out there. That wasn't easy at all, because once the devil, and there's one thing about the devil, and it is, once the devil succeeds to have you lying down, depressed, anxious, mentally stressed and all of that, that's when he gets a grip on you. So it wasn't easy for me, and I'm sure it's not easy for you, and it's not going to be easy for you. However, that awareness for me, that turning point, that light bulb, that switch that came over me, that was the turning point towards my own transformation. All that said, I did it, and I know you too can. Okay, you can wake up from that sleep that the devil has put you in, okay, and start becoming that girl. You can become that girl. You can have everything that God so desired for you to have. And I'm going to proceed by giving you very practical steps that I implemented and they worked for me. That's the only way that I'm seated here and making this video with you, because I got out of that rut. So I'm going to give you these practical steps, and I do hope that you trust me and that you apply them in your situation. The first thing I did was that I began to write down the things that I wanted to start working on. And because I was in the lowest point, I didn't want to start with the big things because they would feel impossible. I decided to go day by day, and then week by week, and then month by month. If I woke up every morning, what I will do is look through my day and ask myself, what is the bare minimum that I can do today? Sometimes it would just be, in the past month, I've not been able to wake up from my bed before 7 o'clock. And so I will make my bare minimum for that day to be wake up at 6 a.m. The thing is that once you push yourself to wake up that early, it is possible for you to attempt to set another bare minimum goal after waking up. But if you sit there and the goal that you are setting at your lowest point is going back to school, going back to Harvard University, it's going to feel impossible to do. I am suggesting and proposing that you set the bare minimum goal that you can set, and for each morning you can use the time that you wake up from bed. Tell yourself, I have been waking up 10 a.m. every day. Today I'm going to gift myself the gift of waking up at 6 a.m. Once you wake up at 6 a.m., it doesn't matter if you go back to bed after that. That is a good start. So once you're done with this one goal a day, then you're going to set so suppose this goal, you've achieved this goal, you've been waking up now at 6 a.m. for the next 3 days. Let's set another goal for the week. Let's say, for the next upcoming week, I am going to leave the house at least once. It doesn't matter if I am taking a walk or just going to the mall, I shop, or visit a family friend, just to leave that depressed environment that you are in. After that, you can still do the two simultaneously. So you can still wake up early and then go do something. You see how the goals are like bare minimum, but they're gonna add up with time. And make sure that you're celebrating any achievement. You wake up early, celebrate it. If you go for a walk, celebrate it. The next thing I did when I was in this situation was that I sought support. I happened to be able to afford a therapist. They are really affordable these days. I'm going to refer one to you which I have never used. However, I did contact them. BetterHelp, check them out. Talk to somebody, a therapist, if you don't want to share your business to people around you, and get support. But if you have family that is your tribe, make sure that you are leaning into your family. Okay, a lot of times we focus a lot on the things and the people in life that hate us and we focus all our energy on them, and we miss out on the genuine true loves that God has blessed us with, the people that will nourish us and will hate to ever see us in a depressed situation. Scan through your relationships and seek support. Building a support network can be very life-changing. The next thing that I want to suggest, which is something that I did once I got out of the daily, weekly, monthly goals, now I began to set a little bigger goals. I told myself, okay, I know I've been in this position for so and so time, but I want to get out of the situation a bigger, better person. I want to wake out of the situation proud of myself and actually not even in the same position I was in when the devil put me in that situation. So I started investing in my skills. Start investing in your skills. Start finding a way that you can get a promotion from your work. Start finding a way that you can start a new business. Start finding a way that you can find a new career. Start learning new skills. Start learning a new hobby. Find out research activities around your area that you can leave your home and the toxic environment and go to just free your mind. These worked for me. I know they will work for you. Investing in yourself is going to boost your self-esteem, and I guarantee you it's going to open new doors for you. While you're doing all these, like I said, I'm not telling you that you are not going to still feel the emotions that you were feeling, feeling alone, feeling broke and all of that. Those thoughts are still going to come. So this is when I invite you to find a book and write down your thoughts, okay? If at any point of the day you still feel down, write down on the book exactly what you are feeling in your head. That is a way to just download your thoughts, and this will work especially for people who don't have a trusted family member to talk to. Therapist, for anyone who cannot afford therapy. Download your thoughts into your book. You can use your phone. There are so many apps that you can use to journal on your phone. I want you to know that it's completely, totally okay to feel lost. I think everyone in this world can say that at one or two times, at least one or two times in their lives, they have felt lost about something. Maybe it's not because they are alone. Maybe they're just at work and they are so lost in their job site. Maybe they are in their families and they are just lost regarding their family situation. Maybe they are in a friend group and they're just lost. It's something I believe that each and every one of us in this world has or will at one point in time have to deal with. That's perfectly okay. That makes us human. Life does not and will not always go as planned, and that's just part of our journey. But I want to emphasize this, and I want this to stick right into your brains. Remember that you are not defined by your current situation. What you have gone through, what you are going through now, does not define your entire life. It will not define your entire life unless you actually accept that that is your entire life. Each step that you take after watching this video will be a step that will contribute to the bigger future that you have ahead of you, towards a brighter future which you have ahead of you. I dare you to keep trusting in yourself, keep believing in yourself, and I want to remind you, don't be afraid to dream again. Let me say that again for those in the back. Do not be afraid to dream again. So that's practically the things that I did to get out of my little rut. So in this video, I've shared with you my personal journey. When I was in my 30s, I felt alone. I was broke at the bottom of my career. I was directionless. I had no career path. I hit rock bottom. Discussed with you the emotional toll that this had on me. But I also shared with you how I started to rebuild my life. I offered you practical steps that you can use if you are in a similar situation, including tips on setting small goals, seeking support, investing in yourself, caring for yourself. And so if you ever feel overwhelmed or unsure about yourself, at rock bottom, lost, alone, no money, broke, remember, this is the video for you. If you follow the steps, I know for sure that there will be steps to a brighter future. And if you know someone who is going through it right now, be there for them, okay? Reach out to them and support them. Do not reach out harshly to them. Be gentle when you reach out, and if you find resistance, still be gentle. That way, we can all support each other. Okay, so this is all I wanted to share with you today. If you found value in the video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. It's free to subscribe as always. Leave a comment below, like the video. That said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you back here pretty soon. But before you go, make sure that you watch the videos on the screen, because I am sure they're equally going to be very valuable to you. Thank you, and see you in my next video.